Welcome to Mindful Chatting, a podcast where therapy meets real life. I'm Kristen, a therapist, business owner, and a lifelong student of what it means to fully show up in our relationships, in our work, and in our healing. Here, we unpack mental health concepts, explore mindfulness tools, and talk through the messy, beautiful, in-between moments that shape us. Whether you're a fellow clinician, a curious listener, or someone navigating your own growth, this space is for you. Let's chat. Hey friend, welcome back to Mindful Chatting. I want to start today by saying something that might feel relieving or maybe a little bit confronting. If planners, apps, routines, or systems haven't stuck for you, it's not because you didn't try hard enough. It's because the system wasn't built for how your brain actually works. Today, we're talking about why ADHD systems fail and what actually makes them sustainable over time. And guess what? It's not perfect. It's not aesthetic. It's sustainable. This is what we're talking about today. So most systems fail our ADHD brains because they assume a lot of things. That we have consistency, which is a personality trait, that discipline overrides our nervous system state, that motivation in us is stable, that our energy is very predictable, and that our memory is pretty reliable. And guess what? None of those assumptions hold true for ADHD. Research on executive functioning shows that ADHD brains struggle not just with planning, but with maintaining systems across fluctuating emotional, cognitive, and emotional states. So when a system works for 2 weeks and then falls apart, it's not evidence of failure. It's evidence of a mismatch. We've been taught that if something doesn't stick, the answer is just more discipline. But discipline is not an executive function skill. Executive functioning includes our working memory, task initiation, emotional regulation, time awareness, and cognitive flexibility. When a system demands skills that are already taxed, which they are in ADHD brains, it collapses. And that's not weakness, that's load. ADHD systems fail when they require the very skills they're actually meant to support. Consistency isn't about character, it's about how quickly the brain returns to baseline. It's about how easily habits are reinitiated. And it's about how forgiving a system is after a disruption. ADHD brains experience disruption frequently. We either do that through sleep changes, our emotional stress, novelty, illness, or just life events. So a system that only works when life is calm will never be sustainable. What works instead? Well, systems that expect interruption. Systems that stick tend to have few things in common. Redundancy. One tool isn't enough. There are backups. Low entry cost. You can fall off and then restart again. And guess what? Without shame. It uses external cues like visuals, reminders, environmental prompts. It has flexibility over rigidity. That structure that bends instead of breaks. And it has compassion built into it. The system doesn't punish you for really being human. These systems don't rely on willpower. They rely on design. If you're working on staying present and grounded, which me too, we all need, especially when your brain wants to spiral into what we call disconnection. Yeah, it's Brain FM. It's musically designed to help ADHD brains, well, really any brain, to focus, relax, sleep, and I use it almost daily. If you want to try it, I've dropped my link in the show notes. And if you're looking for planning tools and ADHD resources, they're in there too. The biggest shift for ADHD brains isn't finding the right quote unquote planner. It's learning to think in layers, not tools. So when systems are built around executive functioning needs, our emotional regulation, and our energy, they stop feeling like something you fail at and start feeling like something that supports you. And this is the work we'll be moving into soon, gently, intentionally, and without rushing. If you're nodding along and thinking, yep, this is totally me, I want you to stop and take a free quiz. I have made a quiz about what's your ADHD struggle, and it'll only take a couple of minutes. And at the end, there's a secret freebie waiting for you that will help you start working on your struggle right away. Look in the show notes for the link. If you've spent years cycling through planners and apps and routines, I want you to hear this clearly. You weren't inconsistent. The system wasn't inclusive. ADHD brains don't need more rules, they need better support. And we'll keep unpacking what that looks like together. But until next time, be gentle with your mind and look out for our ADHD pilot planning course, where we go into way more depth about how to plan with your ADHD brain. If you're listening to this and thinking, this is exactly what I struggle with, I want you to know that I built something specifically for you. The EF, or Executive Functioning Activation course, walks you through why task initiation feels so hard with your ADHD and how to actually get yourself moving without shame, pressure, or burnout. It's short, practical, and designed for ADHD brains, not productivity culture. If starting is your biggest barrier, this course gives you structure, language, and tools that actually work for you. You'll find the link in the show notes.